perpetuating
45 million babies killed since 1967.
But women are not free and taking away their rights.
There's a lot of faces Kansas.
I know. My body. My choice.
Hey Olies, welcome to the Abortion Debate Debrief. The abortion debate took place on November 16th and featured pro-choice versus pro-life advocates. This heated debate centered upon when life begins, the social impact of abortion, and women's rights. Continue the debate by posting your comments below.
Abortion is morally unacceptable. The arguments we are presenting tonight fall into three broad categories: scientific findings, legal issues, and moral issues. Modern medicine uses the cessation of brainwave activity to define death. Does it not follow that the beginning of brainwave activity can thus be used to define life? Pro-abortion arguments separate personhood from humanity. They claim that while fetuses are human, they are not persons. What exactly is a human non-person?
We define the life of a person to begin with sentience. By stating that a life begins at conception, it is reducing a person down to nothing more than DNA. The issue of abortion is about more than just the right of a woman to have one. It's about the freedom of each individual to define the meaning of life for themselves. Abortions are safe, and the risks of abortion complications are minimal. Making abortions illegal is equivalent to making any safe, medically appropriate procedure illegal, and a woman must have the choice to undergo such a procedure.
There are serious problems with the argument that life begins at sentience. If the sentience is the criterion for full humanness, then the reversibly comatose, the momentarily unconscious, and the sleeping would all have to be declared non-persons. But it does make sense to say that a fully human entity is a person who has the natural inherent capacity to give rise to sentience. A pre-sentient unborn human entity does have this capacity. Therefore, an ordinary unborn human entity is a person, and hence fully human, and should not be allowed to be killed.
She tries to answer this argument that that the difference between a comatose person and a fetus is that they were alive before, but that is key because a fetus has never experienced life, so you're not taking anything away from them by preventing them from entering the world.
Doctors pronounce someone dead as soon as brainwaves and the heartbeat ceases. It used to be heartbeat, now it's brainwaves and heartbeat. Why isn't life defined as the opposite of that?
I think it is so clear and logical that what you experience as being is experiencing life. And if they don't experience life, if there's just random electrical activity, just like there is in their leg muscles.
But it's a completely subjective definition, that experience.
Well, you know, the more subjective this debate becomes, the more clear it is that women should have the right to decide what life is and not the government.
A women's right to privacy, which was created under sort of shaky legal ground, but I'm not arguing that we have no right to privacy. I'm saying that that right to privacy is obviously overridden by a greater right to life that all of us enjoy. Obviously, we're sitting here. And so why take that away from another potentially unborn human being? They could very well be the next person to, solve cancer or do a number of other great things.
First, I just want to say that the reason I'm pro-choice is because if one of my little sisters got pregnant, I would want her to have the option to have an abortion. And if you're saying you want abortion to be illegal, then you're saying you would, in that situation, take my sister's futures away if there were doctors in jail, risk her having a back alley abortion. And I, for one, don't really care about a conservative culture war. This side of the country, as part of this country too, and you shouldn't be able to make that decision for my sisters or my family. That's no one's decision but theirs.
We agree that a young woman's life should not be ruined by an unplanned pregnancy. And we are by no means arguing that every young woman who accidentally gets pregnant should be forced to raise a child. We are arguing instead that adoption is always an option. A 9-month pregnancy will not ruin someone's life. Yes, it may not be ideal, but the inconvenience from that 9 months pregnancy cannot override their child's right to life.